Hello everybody, my name is Joy and welcome back to Paper Drumpf. Now I am finally back, my voice is almost entirely back in shape, so let's continue with chapter 7, either or. Save and continue. And I want to apologize in advance for any coughs. The press was divided, contradictory, miasmic in its post-debate reverie. Each side claimed victory. That Hillary was regal, dignified, a voice of truth with the credentials and competence to lead the free world. Or that she was a criminal, a conspirator, a corrupt and greedy pretender to an assumed throne. That Drumpf was a direct and charismatic solution to a simple problem of fading American glory. Or that he was a bigot, a racist, a fool who would drag our country into ridicule, and this world into the fires of war and nuclear holocaust. You look out at the road at the trundling, crumbling Americana spread out in this otherwise empty expanse. It has been the warmest November on record. Global warming would eradicate the world, you know. Global warming is a myth. Oh my. Welcome to Scribble, Scribble, Scribble. Population 50,000. Alright then. Well, that's no good. Is that like Hillary and Drumpf tags or something like that? I don't know. Global warming would eradicate the world, you know. I'm not gonna click the other one. Either global warming would eradicate the world, you know. Its scourge causing the earth into an abyss of water and starvation. Or nothing will happen at all. And science itself is wrong. How could you know? Vaccines are disgusting and abortion is wrong. Anti-vaxxers are ridiculous and a woman has the right to choose. Oh my, it's tossing me right back into the controversy. Alright, no break for me, I guess. Anti-vaxxers are ridiculous and a woman has the right to choose. That is... I'm still trying to remain as neutral as possible. But if I have to choose between those, like, these are two extremes. So if I have to choose between two extremes, and in that case, it would absolutely be this one. It's the terror at the heart of this life, these years in which we tread. Which world is true? Either we are a nation of immigrants, of huddled masses yearning to be free, or we are conquerors, not content with wiping out the existing inhabitants of this continent, but mongering the endless war. Either we are Republican or Democrat. Right or left, fascist or communist, valiant or weak, wrong or true. Either or. I'm sorry about that. The world doesn't allow you to be anything else, so what space is there for complexity? What room for judgment your inhuman heart? What a citizen born so profoundly unlucky as to find themselves in a democracy has the minutes to learn the economy, the science, the facts to make an educated choice? The hole at the heart of everything, the festering and silent nightmare, that all votes are off, that all elections are theft. Mere flight shows designed to dazzle and ensnare. No one can remain free in this world. Either you support Drumpf, or you don't. Either you're playing a game, a dilettante building a resume through the election of the unelectable, or you have regrets. Either you are a true believer, or you are damned. You believe Drumpf should be president, you believe Hillary should be president. Well, my god, the decisions in this game, oh my. Okay, well, considering the fact that these are two completely fictional characters that have nothing to do with any real-world issue whatsoever, I'm gonna go ahead with Hillary. But what do thoughts matter? You go to sleep. There are no dreams. You wake up and don't immediately know where you are. It's still light. You're still in the car, you're not on the original route. There are trees, woodland. Drumpf's motorcade is still ahead. Driver, where are we going, or why are we off the highway? Was Drumpf in my car? He wasn't he? No, he was not, I believe. Driver, where are we going? He shrugs. Mr. Drumpf's people said we had to take a detour. And then you see the sign. It's your hometown. You're going back home. Did Mr. Drumpf say why we're going here, or say nothing? Let's ask why. The driver shrugs again. I don't know, we were just told to drive you here. You got a problem, you tell him. You pull up past Main Street, heads already turning towards the motorcade. The unexpected onslaught, not that there were many heads to turn. This town has been dying, even back when you were young. You stop. The driver gets out and opens the door, and Drumpf is already out ahead of you, smiling a half smile across 100 feet. You walk over to him. It is 4 days until America decides who will be their next president, and Drumpf asks you a question. Do you believe in God, Abby? Oh my. Okay, now I actually have a choice in here. Yes, truth, yes, lie, no truth, no lie. I don't know, lie you believe, or I don't know, lie you don't believe. Oh my, that's giving me a lot of options. Okay. Well, I personally do not believe in God. No, you say. He says, I suppose everyone here believes in God, don't they? He looks at the passerby. A few old men outside a cafe across the street. A woman stuck with her baby. Drumpf waves at her and she runs away a little before her panic subsides and she thinks to remove her phone for a photograph. You're doubtless caught within its frame. You try to smile for the camera, you don't smile. Ah, why not smile? Give the woman a nice picture. The photograph is taken and she flees again. Why are we here? They told me what happened, and he seems a little upset, a little sympathetic, the kind of face he wears for crowds and television shows. I'm so sorry about your father, Abby. That doesn't explain why we're here, or thank you, sir, that means a lot to me. I'm not trusting this at all. But I don't think just asking him is gonna get us anywhere. Thank you, sir. That means a lot to me. I saw your town was near our route, and I thought, he pauses, I thought you could use this. That's kind? Have you read the news this morning, he asks. No. Oh, he says. After a moment, he turns to look ahead. Walk with me, he says. Follow the leader. What was this place like growing up, he asks, looking around at the dusty buildings, the worn shop fronts. It was what it was. It was my home. It felt like a prison. Well, looking back, you probably didn't have the most comfortable childhood. It was what it was, I suppose. He looks up at the winter sun and then further down the street. A middle-aged man in checkered red shirt is loading bags of sheep feed into the back of his rusted pickup truck. He looks to the side at you both occasionally as you walk towards him, but doesn't seem that interested. Everyone in this town probably has guns, don't they? Drumpf asks. They probably love them more than they love their own kids. Say nothing, you don't know them, or you don't know us. Them or us, huh? I'm kind of wondering what he has to say about this. You see, I was raised in New York. The only people who have guns there are cops or black people. Who else would need one? Oh my. It's a way of life, it's who we are, it's in our constitution, no one needs one, please just don't. Oh my god, the choices. I mean, this game has given me choices along the way, but this chapter is really like digging into what I believe in, I guess. It's who we are, it's in our constitution, no one needs one, please just don't. No one... Okay, this is coming from someone to who the situation is not applicable in any way. I don't know what it's like because in my country guns are pretty much illegal and are not really used by regular citizens all that much, at least where I live. So unless you live in a forest with tigers and bears and stuff, I don't think you really need one. You come to the edge of town. What little of it there is. The feeling you used to have as you walked with him, as people saw you and saw him, and placed you within their minds as part of this grand adventure, this wild ride, it used to be the greatest feeling of your life. What drug would compare to that? For good or ill, who gets to do something in this life that matters? Who gets to be noticed? Who gets to be accepted? But feelings fade. everything falls. But you'll be fine or you're not fine. Oh my. This is a difficult one as well because it's important to acknowledge when you're not fine. And considering the doubt she's been having throughout this chapter, I guess she's not fine. I want to see where you grew up. Show me. Go up towards the woods or no? Oh, why not? You go up towards the woods, and the man who stole America follows. There are guards following a little while back, but the rest of the circus remains with the cars. You walked here when you were 10, your dog at your side, harassing rabbits and squirrels. How far is it? Drumpf asks. Not far. Nothing has changed, and everything has. The trees are trees, and the sun is darker. You walked here when you were 10, and you looked for wolves. But you're grown now. There are no wolves, but a man. How about the boys? He asks. What boys? Oh, the ones in town. They must have loved you. He looks at you. You remind me a lot of my daughter. Fierce, beautiful, attractive. The boys here, they must have loved you growing up. They did. I don't know about that. I don't want to talk about my love life. Well, let's not make this too personal, I guess. Because I wouldn't know how we would look at that. I don't know about that. But do you know? You prefer girls, don't you? But you do know, sorry. You look at a tree and wonder how many of them Gizmo brushed past. How many times you called your dog, how many times you fled after her. You prefer girls, don't you? Yes, why would I lie about that? Yes, you pause. How did you find out? Does it matter? He stares. After a moment, his stony face breaks into a big red grin. But who cares about something like that? You walk on a little bit, and he speaks again. You know, all these people that work for me, I feel like you're different from them, Abby. He has started to walk more slowly. You can see the dim shape of the shack a few minutes away. I feel like you and me, we're going to be together for a long time. He smiles. Thick as thieves. We will, who knows what will happen. Well, trying to be professional, I guess. He stops suddenly and turns back to you. His grin has vanished. Do you know what it means to betray a president? He's shaking a little, stuttering a little. Do you know what they call that crime? Do you know they kill for it? Sir, what are you? Say nothing. What, if I betrayed him? Is he gonna off me right here? Sir? You spoke with someone at the debate, didn't you? He does not smile, does not laugh, does not joke, does not make a stupid comment. The mask has fallen, and nothing else remains. I didn't believe them when they told me, not my Abby. I didn't believe them when they told me, not my Abby. I groaned. Not my girl. She'll never let me down. He blinks. She'd never betray me now. What? I speak to a lot of people. What do you mean? What have people been saying? Say nothing. Oh, did people say stuff about me? What do you mean? The journalist, he says. Ah, the goddamn journalist. He spits as he speaks. Do you know what happened to Gary? Do you know where he works now? He can't work. Well, he won't. He writes me letters, though. His grin bares teeth, begging like a fucking dog. Sometimes I joke around with them. Those who let me down, those who want back, those who can't bear the life I plucked them from. That shitty thing they thought could compare to me. He stresses the final word. Sit, Gary. Fetch, Gary. Roll over, Gary. Sit, Abby. Bag, Abigail. I'm not gonna respond to that. I said beg. Beg? But I don't get what happened. Did I do something wrong? I'm not gonna beg. I'm not gonna grace that with a response. Thank you. He walks over, squares up to you, close enough to touch. You feel his spittle hit your face on some words. First, let me make something absolutely clear. If you walk out on me, you're done. You don't have a choice about this. You're not Abby anymore if you give up on me. You're some tramp who fucked up a presidential campaign. What bozo would hire someone like that? If you say anything, anything to absolutely anyone, you're worse than fucking done. You'll find out what it's like for me to not be so nice. An army of lawyers versus a dyke like you. How do you think that would go? What? Try me, I'm plenty fierce, I'm yours, I won't leave you. I got nothing to lose, who cares? No need to think I'm still on your side. Where's this coming from? What have people been saying? I should have asked that. I mean, why so paranoid suddenly? I don't believe I actually have done anything too bad, right? No need to think, I'm still on your side. He says nothing, just stares at you, looks you in the eyes, just 6 inches from your face. And after a moment he staggers back a little and just laughs his terrible laugh. When I first met you, you said I was wrong about people, that they were more than what I thought they were. He shakes his head and turns. He walks towards your old home, just a minute or two away now. He speaks with his back to you. I think of you, he says, and I know that I was right. You enter your home. It is empty. That's what strikes you first. More empty than when your mother was still living here and things were still tidy, were still clean. And it's silent. No television, no gizmo. But she has been dead for a long time now. You don't have any friends left. You made your choices. What did you even want to be when you grew up? A doctor, a soldier, a rock star, or an astronaut? Oh god, I never had any idea what I wanted to be when I grew up. I still have no clue, seriously. I mean, I was kind of admired, or was kind of envious, I guess, of people who knew right away what they wanted and just went ahead and did it. I guess, you know, at some point I wanted to be a doctor, a surgeon. What happened to that? To any of it? You didn't try, you tried but failed. They were childish dreams, absolutely nothing. Well, I guess in some way this happened, but it did not happen like... You tried but failed. What happened to your life? You wanted to be noticed, you wanted to be important, or you wanted to make America win again. I'd rather be important. Somewhat important, if I have to pick from those. Is this what you want for yourself? Is it what you thought it would be? From Abby's perspective? I'm guessing no. From my perspective, maybe yes, but from Abby's perspective, I don't know. I don't know what she expected. I don't know. Yes, actually. Drumpf is standing in your old lounge, looking at the flag across the mantel. The room is deserted, ransacked. You don't know whether this happened when your father was alive or dead. You don't know any of what happened. Your inheritance is a decayed shack, an old flag of the Confederacy and a broken picture frame. A little way away from Drumpf's expensive shoes, his small feet. He pulls the flag from the wall and it comes down with little difficulty. He holds it, staring at it, its dust falling onto his suit. Put that back or say nothing. Was this always here, he asks. Yes, lie, or my dad put it off after he was laid off. He sniffs at it, and he throws it over his shoulder like a towel, and then he turns to you. I'm going to make you a deal, he says. You're no longer going to be a manager. Not at this level, you're going to be a special advisor. I'm going to tell them it's because of your dad. I'm going to tell them you got too emotional. And just look at you, they'll understand it. Sir, I stay silent. Okay. Sir, I'm going to give you that lie. That you can rebuild some semblance of a career. That you can have an opportunity to prove yourself to me and be mine again. Be one of my guys. And you're going to smile your pretty little smile and you're going to bend over and take this, or I'll bury you so deep in lawsuits and lies that you'll wish you were back here again with me. On your knees, blinking those big eyes up at me and promising you'll do anything I tell you to do. There are sounds outside. Cars and people. Here they are, right on time. He places a hand on your shoulder. It's time for a close-up, Abby. Thoreau. He walks towards the door, taking the flag with him, and turns just as he touches the handle. And what I was saying before about that treason, about traitors being killed? Don't worry about it, he laughs. I'm not president yet. Don't worry, you won't be. Don't worry, we'll get there together. I don't think it would be smart right now, no matter how much I want to say this, but I don't want to provoke him right now. I mean, he seems pretty dangerous. Don't worry, we'll get there together. We'll see, he says. We'll see. He opens the door, his grimace turning into a grin, immediately as he greets his adoring flock. You follow. You look out at the woods, at the media, at all the people, at the best and worst of America. You look... sorry about that. You look at Drumpf holding your father's flag aloft above 36 television channels. What's the matter with a little history, a little pride in who we are, in who all of us are? Not just the people of New York, not just like elite like Hillary, all of you, all of us. A house united in the face of them, in the face of those who want to tear this nation down, who want to push our faces into the dirt. It's us or them. It's our world or theirs. And I don't know about you, but I'm not ready to give up on America yet. He smiles, staring right at every pair of eyes on the planet. Believe me. And then he calls your name. Abby! Abby, come up here. Stand beside me. You stand beside him. This girl, this dear, dear girl, she's worked for my campaign for a good long year. It's hard to find jobs in America at the moment. Too hard for smart, decent people. And I think she's made the most of the opportunity we've given her. I really do. She's been the kind of girl America needs. Not like the feminists. She doesn't whine like a loser. She doesn't ask what our country can do for her, he says. She takes what she wants like America should, like we all should. We're tired of being bullied, of being beaten down, of our jobs being taken, our way of life being taken, and... He pauses, as if upset. And we need to remember the lives of those who were beaten too far. It is my regret to tell you that this girl's father, this honest daughter of our great nation, was taken from us a few weeks ago. I'm gonna stay. I wanted to talk about what this flag meant to him, what America meant to him, how he worked hard on his whole life for his family, for his nation. But his nation, his presidents, they let him down. I wanted to, but it's not for me to say. It's for Abby. Abby, can you tell us what this flag meant to him? This is probably hard on Abby, but I think I'm gonna do it anyway. Maybe she will... I don't know, maybe she will do something. My father, you start. The press shuffle, but otherwise is silent. 10,000 people watch you from their homes. My daddy was the best dad in the world, or my father wasn't perfect. He was a lot of things, but yeah, perfect wasn't one of them. Oh my, I don't have the option. He was just a normal dad. And to me, to every little girl, that means he was the best dad in the world. Tell them about how hard he worked, about how he raised you. You find yourself walking off, leaving, ignoring the press, ignoring him. You find yourself walking off. All the cameras flash at you. Abby, it's okay, he says. You hear his voice floating through the air past the sounds of the press swarming you, of the questions. She's just emotional, she just lost her father. You had past the guards. Drumpf's cars waiting near the road. Of course they'd follow you all the way up there. Of course they were all waiting. You ignore their questions, you ignore the staffers rushing up to you, pleading for you to go back. You go back to the car, and you shut the door. It is nightfall before the motorcade moves on. After the initial attempt to stop you, you are left alone. You don't know why. You don't know what's happening. You stare out into the woods. You stare out at them. Drumpf does not message you or try to speak to you or even walk past before you all leave. He doesn't care that it's insanity to drop one of his campaign managers this close to an election. He doesn't care that his campaign is a wreck, that it's a wildfire, that nothing is what it was meant to be, nothing is what you thought. He doesn't care about policies, he doesn't care about facts, he doesn't care about any of this. He doesn't care that he's betrayed you. It's all about him and how he feels. Love, power, hatred, and fear. That's all there seems to be. You look out at the dark, you look out at the stars. You're alone. But for a driver who does not turn around, you head east. You look at the news on your phone. Photos, videos of you walking away, of you crying, of sympathetic fatherly Drumpf watching you go, holding his flag like a fallen hero. You search for articles about you, about your journalist, but there's nothing. Whatever she had on you, she didn't publish. She made her choices. And you made yours a long time ago. Either you supported Drumpf or you didn't. Either you came to seeking the election of the unelectable, or you have regrets. Either you were a true believer, or you were damned. The world didn't need you to be anything else. You contact a journalist telling her you have more information, you leave it alone, you've done enough damage. That's a difficult one. I mean, she basically just went through the dirt to save her job opportunities, I guess. But on the other hand, this is a bit of a choice between doing what's right and doing what's safe. He'd find out, probably. Screw that, I'm telling her. I'm gonna contact her. You contact the journalist telling her you have more information. A few miles later, you go to sleep. And as you shut your eyes, half a world away, a man boards a train for London. The final train he will ever take. End of chapter 7. Oh my. Chapter 8. Us or Them. That was intense. Oh my. Sorry for the occasional coughing and gurgling on my end here. My voice still isn't 100% back. It's not painful anymore or anything, but it's a little rough on the edges still. But that was intense. It really made me think about how I think about certain things. And of course they were kind of giving me... It was making me choose between extremes most of the time, but still, it really makes you think about stuff. And it's really, really hard to remain neutral. Like I tried. Like I'm still trying. But wow, I really loved how this was written, by the way. It was really well done. It really got to me. I think how this game is written, I can imagine in my head how everything is happening. I have a very clear image of the little house, of the little village. Maybe because I can also somewhat relate to the character, being from a small village and all, and on a few other grounds. But anyway, I'm gonna end this episode here before I start rambling again. By the way, I got a suggestion on Twitter for someone who asked me to play... There's a spider on my screen. Anyway, there was someone on Twitter who recommended I should play Life is Strange. And I already know the game, I already know the story. I've seen somebody else's Let's Play on it. But I would love to play it for myself, so let me know if you would like to see me play that. But first, of course, I'm gonna finish Paper Drumpf. I'm gonna be finishing Pocket Mirror and Undertale as well. But maybe it would be fun for a bit of a different kind of series. And if you have any other ideas for shorter games I could be playing, please let me know. I would love to hear about it. If you're an indie game developer and you have small games, I would love to play them. I would love to see it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. We're gonna continue this game very, very soon, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!